My heart's just going. So I'm just sitting here, thinking to myself, how did I get here? I just don't know. And that's the issue. Because when I was walking around, I realized that, I just made the video, I just got out of the water, everything was feeling good. Then I hit the gym locker room, and I saw my reflection in a mirror. And I immediately started thinking, my mind started racing, and then I went to find my locker, and I sat my shirt down, and then it just wasn't, it was like, oh my God, where did it go? It's gone. I didn't know. And I was like, what the fuck? Where could it have gone? I put it here, and then 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 here. And I was like, wait, what did we learn? Breathing. Okay. Closed my eyes, visualized, and then I remembered. I trusted my body. I looked at my shirt, and then from my shirt, I looked up, and then I was like, okay, 18. I went to 18, and it wasn't there. And then I started, wah, but then I was like, wait, hold on. From there, I just know where my shirt is, so it's in this area. And then I went and looked. And then boom, it was in 28. 28. That's the connection. I just had to follow the dots, like a type of memory 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type situation. I know there's a lot of people who don't know what that is, and my son has no clue what it is, and I still have a problem trying to explain it to him because his face is in a screen. You know how that is. But everyone's face is in a screen. It's kind of funny how that is. Sounds a lot like scorpions with faces, because we got people out there fighting, trying, living, dying, angels flying, demons lying. But there are people who see when we fuse belief with reality. And then you can look, because you have the eyes of discernment to see what things can really be. And golly gee, does it make me happy. I loved One Piece with all my heart. Never once did I believe that there could have been anything more than me. And I was selfish, and I was cruel, and I was unkind, but I had light that shone so bright that people would see me, but I was a black hole. I absorbed everything I took, and I took, and I took, and I took, and I lied, and the bigger the lie, the bigger the steal, and the more, 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 until all the options I ever saw were the most negative options I could have ever created, because of the parameters that I built in here. But then, after everything failed, after I was abusive and broken, and I was like, I didn't learn from my lessons. I'm trying to lie right now, but I'm not. And that's the thing, you have to be able to catch yourself. But your body tells you this with the stutters, with the Freudian slips. And it's, you know what, I'm actually gonna laugh. It's like, I'm gonna research like philosophers and everything, but I gotta keep doing the thing, I gotta keep doing that grind. And that's okay, because I can do it happily. My job, they're trying to close that shit down. It's bullshit, Because I work at Grand. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but at this point, I don't care. If we're about to close down anyway, what the fuck does it matter? So, we push real hard. The workers, we push so hard, some of us are going to break. But everyone feels it. We all feel it all over. And then we're wondering, why? And then I saw the lie. The somnambulant puppet show. All the players, all the characters, and it became a huge joke, but not a bad one like The Watchmen, but a good one. Because what if we were all superheroes? What if we were all angels, which were just the superheroes of the past? You got the Father, light, the Son, because you feel it just like the celestial bodies sloshing back and forth in a conceptual sea of the universe, connected to the moon, the mind. But the misconception was that it had to be destroyed and not just mixed together. You had to connect the right and the wrong, but the definitions were wrong. It wasn't weak and strong. It wasn't right or wrong. It was hope and fear. It was dominance and submissiveness. And it was finally realizing that it was okay to truly intermingle between both forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Until 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, 4 + 4 = 8, and who gives a fuck? Because we were never meant to own the universe or the earth or anything. We were just meant to see it. But stuff is cool, man. Stuff is cool when we price gated reality. We literally turned reality into a game that sucked so that we would play games that they made suck. Like, I loved playing World of Warcraft back in the day. Oh, my addiction to that was... I destroyed an entire family. Mine. I destroyed myself because of my blind obsession. Because I linked my self-worth, my problem solving to that game. And then I would try and try and try. I would lie and act like my ego wasn't so high. But I would keep quiet and let other people speak for me. Because I was too afraid to be loud. It's weird how that works. And there are people who see me, who saw me then. And I'll keep talking about that stuff eventually, but, and that's how it works with the memory. It comes back in waves, ebbing and flowing. Until you realize it just doesn't matter. You can talk to yourself out loud, and the reason for the season is pleasing. All right, but you say it out loud because it orbits. The sound wave orbits into your ear. And it reinforces a narrative, positive or negative, and then you internalize it. Because once you say the prayer, the message is sent, good or bad. Santa Claus knows whether you're naughty or nice, because Santa Claus was both you and not you at the same time. It is great. We can intermix everything now. The true joke is that it was our two-dimensional thinking that we couldn't think in 3 dimensions. But we're getting there. Okay. I gotta be respectful of other people. I can't just sit here and talk about everything. I'll make other people freaked out. So it's okay. I still have to be respectful right now. I love you, everyone. Bye.